after
We are
this.
setting off. Hopefully not gonna rear end anyone at the...
Okay.
Do we see anyone over here?
You're good, homie.
Okay. Woo-hoo. Whoop, whoop, whoop. All right, number one thing you're looking forward to.
Returning?
Not summit, not freezing cold.
As I say, it's
Pooping in a bag.
up is optional, down is mandatory.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good
But if all goes well, yeah, I'd be like, I'm on top of the state.
the world.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
I'm king of the world.
Right.
Our first stop of the trip, carbo loading.
It's everything I was hoping it would be.
It's not fettuccine Alfredo with Michael Scott.
Fettuccine Alfredo. Time to carbo load.
But it's pretty close. Oh, I can see the lady Starbucks. Yeah, the mermaid. Let's talk about getting to Alpine Ascents. Alpine Ascents International is located on Mercer Street in Seattle, Washington. I live in Portland, Oregon, so we left about 3.5 hours ahead of the gear check to give us a bit of a buffer for some food and general traffic. Tacoma, in order to make it on time for the gear check. Your gear check will happen the day before your 3-day Muir climb. Ours was at 2 p.m. That seems to be the standard time, but I don't work for the company, so don't hold me to that. The company is located about a block away from a KFC meets Taco Bell, which is very convenient because you're hungry when you get there and you're hungry after the gear check.
It's got batteries.
And Advil.
It's just here.
Just know if you're gonna get any of Connor's Advil, you might get high. We are on our way to Alpine Ascents. I think we're parked a block away, 2 blocks away. Oh no, it's a block, wow.
It was called foothill ascents, but they just felt like this is better.
This is where the gear check magic happens. This is where you explode your bag and you go through every single item one by one. I loved this setup because it was personalized. You walked in, you saw your name, you saw any items that you had reserved ahead of time, and then you were told to explode your bag. Take everything out because we would be going over every single item on the gear list with one of the guides from Alpine Ascents. So someone who has specific knowledge and experience doing what you're about to do, and not only that, but making sure that you stay warm and you have the things you need in case you need them, like the oh shit mitts. Those were probably my favorite. I never had to use them, but I loved the name. I think we started off with boots because your footwear and your footwork is critical on the mountain. I ended up wearing these boots, which had this double lacing system. My feet never got cold and they never got wet. So hats off to you, boots. During the gear check, they are going to teach you the way that they pack their bags. What I liked about the person who ran our gear check, shout out to Sam, is he talked about how when you pack your bag, you kind of want to think about it like brick and mortar. You put a brick in, a heavier item, and then you put in a smaller, thinner, puffier item. So a jacket can work, or gloves. And you kind of continually build this brick wall so your bag isn't off balance. You don't necessarily want all the heavy stuff at the bottom, but you definitely don't want all the heavy stuff at the top because then you'll be top heavy and falling over. You want it to kind of be a layered sort of system inside of your bag. Next, what was great is if you packed your bag there, you could leave it there and just show up as your person the day you left for the climb. It took all the guesswork about whether or not your gear was there, if you unpacked your bag and repacked your bag at your house, did you forget something? I think I'd recommend it, but I am someone who just needs to check and recheck, so I did not leave my bag at the gear check. I did not leave it at Alpine Ascents. I took it back to the house I was staying at, unpacked it and repacked it 2 times. I was so stressed. I was so stressed. At gear check, you will be repeatedly told the van is leaving the next morning at 6 a.m. And the van driver will politely say, I will leave without you. And I believe them. They will leave without you. They have to be on time. This little drawing will save your bacon. When you're getting ready at 5 a.m. in the morning and thinking, what do I wear? You refer to this photo.
Here we are.
All right. We have a lot to say this morning.
Oh, Uber's here.
Oh, perfect.
Please use your seatbelt for your safety.
It's the post-celebration food.
Pop-Tarts didn't make it.
Pop-Tarts
That's such a
didn't
bummer. Okay, so we get in the Uber at 5:30 a.m. We are set to arrive at Alpine Ascents at 5:43 a.m., which is fantastic because that is earlier than they even wanted us there. Poles! My poles! Because I had left my trekking poles in my car. I don't know why I hadn't taken them out of my car. We screamed back to the house, grabbed the poles, sped to Alpine Ascents, and we made it by 5:54. Didn't love that we were late though. We all got out of the van, got our packs out, got our boots out, and it was misting / kind of whiteouty and windy.
And we're gonna start out with our poles in our hands, so don't put those in the path.
The guides were fantastic. They all introduced themselves to us and then told us what gear they would recommend we wear for the first leg of the climb, given the weather conditions. Once you leave the parking lot, the cadence is something like this. You hike about 1,000 feet per hour. You take a break every hour to every hour and 15 or hour and 30 minutes, depending on how much distance you have climbed or how much distance the lead guide wants you to climb. Feeling good. It's fun. It's fun right now.
But how am I feeling?
How are you feeling, Connor?
Oh, also good.
I believe it was leg 3 when we had pants blowing in the wind. The wind was so strong that when you pulled your hard shell pants out of the bag, they flapped in the wind like a flag. We were warned by the guides, if you let go of anything, it would blow down the mountain. Bye-bye. It was at that point that I was not pleased. This photo is fake. I was not having a good time. Mentally. Nice.
Perhaps, like I said, we're going to aim to go with the standard program. Just because, yeah, let's hope the forecast.
Sweet home. Nice.
Team, you can continue to like pull out any food or gear you carried out.
I think I could. No, I'm not carrying. No way.
So Gambu, this is going to be your guys' home for tonight, and then we'll have you moving out tomorrow.
Did you want us to go in here?
Yep. Masseuse comes in on the helicopter. Would you pay that?
It feels luxurious because there are actual walls. Yes, that's all. And a door.
There are a bunch of these pads. Go ahead and just kind of divide them roughly equally amongst yourselves. So things to know about Camp Muir. There's 2 restrooms right over there. Did you guys notice those buildings? 2 restrooms there. If they're full, you can go across the way there, and there's multiple restrooms that way.
The restrooms are conveyor belt toilets, meaning you do your business and then you step on a crank and you crank your business down the hole. They are very smelly. I highly advise you do not open your nostrils when you go inside of the restrooms. I didn't, and I had no issue using the restroom the entire time I was there. What do you have to say for the camera, Connor?
We here.
You don't have to say anything, though.
We in here.
We out here.
we out here, but also we in here.
Yeah. What are we doing tomorrow?
The same.
Yeah, we're summiting, hopefully.
The same elevation.
Same elevation gain. Longer time, though.
Longer time, not rushed. Lighter pack.
Lighter pack.
We only have to do half the downcline.
But you have ropes.
We have ropes, and the dog sled team is not here yet, but I'm still holding out hope.
The Iditarod runners, they're coming.
Yeah.
In the 3-day Muir climb, you are slated to climb to Camp Muir the first day, snow skills at Camp Muir the second day, summit the third day, and descend back to Paradise, all on the third day. A long haul. Our lead guide discovered that there was a weather system coming in on the third day of our climb, the slated day for us to get to the summit. He took a look at the weather and I think contacted the company and said, hey, I've got a really good group. Is there any way that we could go for the summit on the second day instead? He got the green light and told the whole group, our first night at dinner, hey, surprise, we're going to go for a summit tomorrow, not in 2 days.
We've been on the top of it.
It's Adams. And this is right over there. And that's the restroom. One of them anyway. And that's where we're staying. This is the rest of Camp Muir. First night food, I think, was burritos, and they were amazing. And to do some snow school skills, I feel like Joey Tribbiani. I'm wearing everything you own, except I'm not going to do lunges because I'm not going to expend the extra energy.
Definitely are.
Preparing for snow skills. Crampons are on. Balls of feet. And then I think these are our tents for tonight too. We departed at 10:15 from Camp Muir to go for a summit attempt of Mount Rainier on the second day. Here are the segments of the climb that you will cover when you go from Camp Muir all the way to the summit. First, you'll go through Cathedral Gap. I'm not exactly sure why it's called that. It's a gap. It doesn't remind me of a cathedral, but that's the name of it. You will wear your crampons on rock because it's too much time to take crampons off and put them back on. That dance takes way too much time, especially in a group of 12. After you go through Cathedral Gap, you will then get to Ingram Flats. Ingram Flats is typically where you stay on the second night of the 3-day Muir climb. The next segment is called the bowling alley. I didn't exactly have to ask, but I kind of wanted to ask about why it's called the bowling alley. The bowling alley is a segment where you walk along the trail and there is a potential for rocks to fall on you, and you can see them in the snow where they have fallen. You move with purpose through this section. Yeah, you move as quickly as you can with crampons on your feet attached long rope style to your rope team. Yeah, and it's a haul. The next segment is called the Disappointment Cleaver. I didn't quite understand what it meant until I climbed it. It's disappointing, and it cleaves your soul in two, at least when you do it during this season. So post-holy. Once you get to the top of the cleaver, you're done with the cleaver. It's great, but for us, it got a little windy. Very afraid of wind. Wind is the #1 weather variable that is highly unpredictable and can really pick up speed in the mountains. I cried a little as we left the cleaver, and as I tell myself whenever I cry, you can't cry and climb at the same time, so you have to choose one, and I chose to climb. The next segment that you go up, I'm not sure what it's called, but you are on snow and ice, and you really need those crampons at that point. This was my favorite part of the climb, actually. You're just tromping through snow. At least that's how I saw it. We were tromping through snow with packs on. We had to hop baby crevasses, which was terrifying. Our next stop was at 13,500 feet or so, and this is high camp. This is the last stop before you can turn back and go down. This is the last stop where a guide would stop and take you down. We're at high camp. Those are our mountains. We made it to high camp. It's like 13,100 feet. 13,400? We're amazing, even more than I thought. Look at that. We're finding out our fate if we summit or not. High camp is where your guides decide whether or not you're a go or a no-go. And it's not whether or not you can reach the summit. That's not the question. The question is whether or not you can reach the summit and then descend for 3 to 4 hours. The descent is where most people get hurt. Our guides got together in a huddle and they discussed whether or not they thought all of us individually would be able to summit. Unfortunately, not all of us were able to summit, but those of us that were, myself included, and my climbing partner on my rope team, were deemed able to continue on. We made it. We just made it. We're in the crater right now. I did not think we were going to get up here. Now we're going to leave our backpacks and we're going to go touch the summit. And that sounds like a long ways away, but we're going to do it. It's going to be great.
Like, if we were French, it'd be like the warm-up.
We're amazing.
We're amazing.
We're amazing. We're amazing.
We're amazing.
The crater itself is considered the summit. but we got to go to the actual summit rim on top of the crater, which is where we took all of these photos. Ready to descend. Not stop until the cleaver. Top of the cleaver.
Hopefully the top of the cleaver was not windy at all.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Very relaxing place.
That's right. And Shania Twain says, "Let's go, girls." Well, we did it. We climbed it. We're back at DC, and we did it in like an hour. We descended from the crater to DC in about an hour, so we have to do that next, and then Ingram Flats, and then downhill, and then Cathedral Gate, and then we're back at Camp Muir. Easy, right? We're going to be very careful, because when you climb down, it's one of the most accidents.
Brain gush.
We're headed back to Ingram Flats. Just came down Disappointment Cleaver. And we are long roped currently as we make our way to Ingram Flats. We had to cross over two crevasses. One was a baby crevasse, and the other one looked like it was the entrance to the underworld. You could not see the bottom of it. Oh, those things are scary. They're big ass glacial features, and you do not want to be caught dead in one. We are about 2.5 hours into our down climb from the summit, which is rad. Unless I can't mirror. We summited Mt.Rainier. Did I mention? Amazing. We're amazing. We're amazing. Yeah. And we have amazing guides. Amazing people all around. And that is Little Tahoma.
Which
Alright,
is like
so
the full.
since you mentioned it, we gotta bring it up to the office.
Yeah.
You're right.
The
We've all
guests-
thought it, we've all thought it.
Especially the
but
guests were really
this is like
disappointed
right
in the
here.
table.
Like this is
I just don't.
it's always been shaky, but it hasn't ever looked quite so much like it's about to fall over.
Just smile. We made it back.